Nearly 3 million Americans have signed a petition that calls for $2,000 stimulus checks for every American. But many people across the country are wondering whether the fourth stimulus check will arrive this month or even next month. So you guys want to stay tuned for the important stimulus check news. Now everybody, here's what I want you to know. A fourth stimulus check, everybody, from the government could take one of two forms. And that is in the monthly checks in fairly small amounts or one-time payments of up to $2,000. Which of these do you prefer, folks? A monthly stimulus check or a one-time big lump sum of stimulus money?
Let me repeat it again. I want you just to be straight with the American people. I am saying that you have been on the floor of the Senate time and time again talking about the need to cut Social Security, Medicare, and veterans programs. Is that true or is that not true?
No, it's not true. Just go look at the debate with Paul Ryan for the vice presidency. Look at what I did.
Both options have been put forward by legislators in Congress as follow-ups to the third round of crisis relief efforts, which were all made possible by the American Rescue Plan of March. 7 Democrats in the House Ways and Means Committee sent a letter to President Biden urging him and his administration to add a fourth and even a fifth stimulus check to the American Families Plan announced earlier this spring. And Democrats are going to have to gather enough support in order for the bill to be passed. Still, folks, just know this. The IRS can begin sending out possible fourth stimulus checks in the same manner that it sent the previous stimulus payments.
The vote to make things different. So much of the history, the protection of the vote happened in her state in Alabama. And I just want to tell this one story. I was recently, you know, the case is Shelby County versus Holder. That would be Eric Holder, the former Attorney General of the United States. Right now, he's working very hard to pass H.R. 4, H.R. 1, have fairness in.
And that is because the framework is already in place. Americans could begin receiving the stimulus checks about 2 weeks after the relief bill, allowing another round of direct payments to be approved. In all, 26 states have cut the extra $300 in weekly benefits before the federal expiration, while 22 have also canceled the unemployment assistance program for workers who don't normally qualify for regular unemployment insurance and the emergency unemployment compensation program that provides extra weeks of benefits. Unemployed workers in the state of Missouri are also suing their governor for ending federal unemployment programs early. And according to multiple sources, more than 4 million workers across the states have lost a total of around $22 billion in potential benefits.
We have a president with a big, bold vision for our country, an unprecedented opportunity to keep our promises for the people. We promised for the people that we would lower health care costs by lowering the cost of prescription drugs, we would increase paychecks by building the infrastructure of America, and we would have cleaner government by passing legislation for the vote. This rule does all three of those things and much more, enabling the Congress to vote on some of that legislation today, some of it in the bill.
Many people are suffering, everybody, since the unemployment benefits have just been cut. Do you believe they should have been extended, folks? Tell me in the comments below. Now, the latest lawsuit comes as lawsuits in Arkansas, Indiana, and Maryland have all been successful, while those in Louisiana and West Virginia have been denied by judges. Enhanced jobless benefits, everybody, which include $300 weekly bonus checks, as well as assistance for freelancers and long-term unemployed, are getting closer to the expiration date of September 6th. Some 24 states had already chosen to pull the plug early on crisis-related coverage, with governors claiming the benefit was disincentivizing out-of-work residents from filing jobs. Labor Department officials, folks, have said their hands are tied and cannot counter decisions by state governors. Moreover, White House officials have indicated that they will not continue the enhanced jobless benefits past September in the other states, saying they were intended to be temporary. President Biden did underline that it makes sense for those supplemental unemployment benefits to expire in 90 days. So, President Biden, Republicans, and Democrats want to cut off the unemployment benefits that is so crucial to many Americans across the country.
And some of it for.
I also want to thank everyone who voted to support the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. You know, it's an act to restore and expand voting protections, to prevent voter suppression, and to secure the most sacred of American rights, the right to vote freely, the right to vote fairly, and the right to have your vote counted. The House is active. The Senate also has to join them to send this important bill to my desk. And the Senate has to move forward on the People's Act, critical legislation to protect our democracy and the right to vote. We need both of those election bills. But let me now turn to Afghanistan. I've met this morning with my counterparts in the G7, as well as heads of the United Nations, NATO, and the European Union. I express my thanks for the solidarity we have seen as we've stood up an unprecedented global effort. I updated our partners on the significant progress we made in the past 10 days. As of this afternoon, we've helped evacuate 70,700 people just since August the 14th, 75,900 people since the end of July. Just in the past 12 hours, another 19 U.S. military flights, 18 C-17s and 1 C-130 carrying approximately 6,400 evacuees, and 31 coalition flights carrying 5,600 people have left Kabul just in the last 12 hours. A total of 50 more flights, 12,000 more people since I updated you this morning. These numbers are a testament to the efforts of our brave service women and men, to our diplomats on the ground in Kabul, and to our allies still standing with us. And we had a productive discussion. There was strong agreement among the leaders about the evacuation mission underway, as well as the need to coordinate our approach to Afghanistan as we move forward.
Later. When the president spoke about the infrastructure bill, which is provided for in this rule, he said to our Republican friends, I want to find our common ground on infrastructure, but I will not confine my vision to what is in the bill that we can do in a bipartisan way unless you want to help us build back better. I like to say build back better for women, because that is what this budget will do. That is in this rule. So I salute the president, not only for his vision and his determination to get the job done, but for the priorities that will be contained here in this budget as we go forward. The Build Back budget agenda is one that is liberating for families, not just women, moms and dads, with child care, with a child tax credit, with universal pre-K, with home health care, with workforce development, so that not only are we building the physical infrastructure of America, we are building the human infrastructure of